Hi guys, welcome to Widra's Corner, the hottest corner on YouTube. Thank you for sticking around. Gang, shout out to everybody who's returning. I love you guys so much. I'm so grateful for your likes and I'm seeing the interactions and the new subscribers. Yay! I'm saying welcome to everybody who is not yet a subscriber as well. Please do subscribe if I resonate with you on some level, or if you happen to learn something, or if you're trying to learn something, do not hesitate to subscribe. Please do ask any questions if you have any. I am more than willing to address any issues that you might have concerning my videos, right? Today I'm doing 20 signs you have an ancestral, right? I don't know, I'm hasty with it. Like, it's just a delicate topic, so it's probably why the little hesitation. But the video is 20 signs you have an ancestral calling. The reason I'm doing this is because I've had people ask me, well, how do you know? What does it mean? Yeah. So I'm going to try to, as I'm giving the 20 signs, I'm going to try to elaborate more so you guys can understand each phase. I'm going to try to be as open and honest as I can about it. I did write a few things down, but I'm not going to be reading most of the stuff. I'm just going to be talking from personal experience and understanding, and of course from past knowledge, right? I don't have it written down, but I have some of it memorized, and before we get into that, right, we should do an angel number of the week. An angel number, for those of you who do not know, is a repetitive number sequence that seems to be everywhere you go. When you look at the time, it's 1414, or your receipt has 1414. You made the payment on 1414, and you just now constantly understanding that, okay, this can't be coincidental because I keep seeing this number. What could it mean? And so I have a video that explains it better, because this video is not for that, right? I have a video called Angel Numbers. You can check it out. Just go through my videos and it should pop up. Give it some views and let me know what you think. Ask me any questions if you have to, right? But I'm just gonna go straight into the video. I have stuff typed out on my screen, so I'm gonna be giving some of my attention to the screen right here, right? So this week I said I'm not going to give a message from the angel number, because I actually want to interpret more on it, which is what I'm doing, right? But the one that I wanted to speak more of was angel number 44. It's like something that I planned. I'm going to talk about 4, because this video is about ancestral calling, and ancestors are our guides. So I decided that I'm gonna, because 4 is the number that says, your guides need your attention. So I'm gonna open with that one, so you guys know. When you repetitively see the number 4, it means that, your ancestors need your attention now. They are giving you a message right now. Pay attention. It could mean this is number 4 or 44 or 444. Only these 3 numbers that I mentioned. So it's just 4s, not 1414. We'll get into that around some other time, right? It could be a warning that this person or this situation or this thought, keep it away from you. It's not serving you to your highest purpose, right? Or it could be a congratulatory message that, this thought, this person, keep them around. This is what we need. But you should be aware of the thought that is in your mind when this number pops up. That is how you will be able to decipher the message effectively, right? So if you were thinking about your job when 44 comes up, it could be it's a warning about your job, or it's encouragement about your job. But basically what the number is saying is pay attention to your job, right? Your ancestors want you there. They want you to include them there. There's a decision you need to make there. There's a warning they have for you there. That's angel number 4. I hope you guys understand that, right? So anyway, right, ancestral calling. 20 signs you have an ancestral calling. An ancestral calling is an awakening to one's true purpose, called on by our ancestors, right? This does not necessarily mean that you have to get initiated to become a healer. So it doesn't mean that everyone who gets a spiritual awakening is supposed to go twasa. You know. Anyway, that's something that you and your ancestors will decide. That's something that your ancestors will decide for you, right? Which is why it's important to be aware, to be conscious of, to exercise awareness, be so in touch with your intuition that you can hear directly what the spirit is trying to communicate to you, and in that way you'll know what steps you are supposed to take for your own personal spiritual journey. All journeys are different. We're not all called, to do the same thing. Some are called to just awaken the masses too, because there was a mass destruction of the black consciousness. So some of you are just called to awaken the masses. Not everyone is meant to go into healing. Some of you are just supposed to influence the movement, so it catches motion so people can awaken, because that's what spirit wants. Spirit wants us to go back to our roots, to who we are, to who we were before we were told who we are. Does that make sense? Right? um so not all of us are going to get initiated. Most are, definitely, but not all of us. And then it means you have to start living up to your purpose consciously. Some of you could even be ancestral, but in music. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily having to use it for healing in the traditional sense, but your music could bring healing to the masses. The way you act could bring healing. The way you walk, you know what I'm saying? So just be conscious of what your specific journey is about and be authentic to that. Do not try to copycat what other people are saying. Yes, most things are definitely similar, but not the same, because I say this a lot. Spirituality is not a one size fits all. So find one that resonates with you. Yes. um if your purpose is healing, then that is what you must do. Usually those with ancestral callings are misdiagnosed with mental illness. So usually when a person, is called, or when they're awakening, they get misdiagnosed by professionals, medical professionals, because some illnesses are spiritual. um they cannot be healed simply by medicine. Some medicine fail. They're like, hey, we don't know what's going on, because it's a spiritual issue where, it needs to be addressed spiritually, right? And then when a person awakens, they become very sensitive to the environment. So they hear things that other people don't hear. They see things that other people don't see, because they are more sensitive to the other dimensions than everybody else, because they are more in tune. They are awakening. And then, it could be misdiagnosed as someone hallucinating, um, seeing things or hearing things. Yes, you are seeing things and you're hearing things. That's because you're ascending. Your consciousness, is awakening, right? Um, right. So I've been asked quite a few times how one can tell they have a calling. Sign number one is you are watching this video now. If you're watching this video right now, there could be a possibility that you have an ancestral calling. This is because when we are awakening, we are brought into alignment with um, the resources and the people that we need to help accelerate us to our path. So this could definitely be a synchronicity. You were led here, or you were guided here, especially if you are a first time viewer, but this is just one of the signs. Could also be coincidental, you know what I'm saying? But however, this could be a sign, right? Hearing and seeing things, I just went into that because you are now spiritually open. You are able to receive messages from other dimensions. Yes, hearing and seeing things. Yeah, anxiety. So you're always just anxious. This is also again brought about by the sensitivity. You're anxious because you probably know something that's going to happen that others don't. So it's making you scared. You are scared because you can sense it. Imagine if you are the only one in the room who knows when somebody else is going to die, for example. Or you're the only one in the room who knows that this person is going to be in an accident. It's overwhelming. Obviously you get into a state where you're scared, because now, although your mind or your consciousness is probably in another dimension, you are physically still here on earth, right? So it's hard to control yourself in two different, when you're operating in two different dimensions, right? um there's anger, so the person is just always angry, they don't even know, but they just mad, and they like easily, just one small thing makes them very angry. Yeah. Hopelessness, so the person is just feeling depressed and not motivated to do anything. Maybe the person even stopped getting out of bed, maybe the person stopped socializing, they just hopeless, like, oh, the future is horrible, life is horrible, I'm miserable, you know neglecting one's personal hygiene and appearance. So the person just stop bathing, they stop caring about how they look. It's a sign that you are, or a person is, might be having a spiritual awakening. You lose interest in everything. So maybe you used to love to play games, or you used to love to cook. Now you just don't want to. You just don't want to. Eating poorly, so you could either be eating too much or not eating at all. Yeah. Then there's fears, you're just constantly scared, like you're so scared to a point where you can't function. It's preventing you from going to school, it's preventing you from focusing on your work, maybe, it's preventing you from focusing on your family. So it's just getting in the way of your overall way of life, right? um Confusion, so you're confused, you don't understand anything that's happening around you. Dreaming of large bodies of water or snakes or ancestral clothes and beads constantly, right? You seem stuck and stagnant, so you just seem not to be progressing at all in life. One major illness, this is number 13. I'm realizing now that I'm going through them so quickly without stopping to mention what number we're on. This is number 13 now. So you experience one major illness or trauma, or there's an endless series of misfortune or loss. So there's an event that happened that caused you to be traumatized, right? Social isolation, so you just stay away from everybody, a hermit mode. Some people were are naturally just not social. But if, for instance, you were someone who used to be social and then now you just happen to withdraw yourself, there could be, something there. It could be a sign, right? Number 15, an unexplainable amount of emotional pain. Number 16, panic attacks. 17, mood swings, right? So this person is just up and down. You don't understand, which is where even the misdiagnosis for mental illness could come in, because mood swings are one of the indicators. Most of these on the list are indicators of a mental illness, which is why many people are misdiagnosed, for having a mental illness. Relationship problems, so your marriage is in trouble right now, it just happened for some reason, or maybe you can't keep a stable relationship, or you can't attract a stable partnership, like it's just not working out for you in that department, lacking patience, like you just want everything done now or else you can't handle it, a sickness that no medical doctor can cure or understand. mm, 20, that's the last one. It actually does happen. That one does happen. I've experienced it quite a few times, and I've also had a personal experience with it, so I can confirm that, there's sicknesses where doctors are like, hey, we don't know what's going on, and that's it. Can't be it, right? You need to get help, you need to get treated for whatever it is that's causing the illness and the pains, and the stagnation and the fears and the lack of sleep. And that's today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please do subscribe, stick around for more knowledge. Yeah. I love you so much.